All right. Blessings. We are back. And what can I say about yesterday, Monday, July the 21st? Let's just dive right into it. The question that we're asking again is, why is Haley Comet still discussing all of this drama as it pertains to the Young and the Simon family? So yesterday was a fuel day for a lot for a lot of reasons. There were a lot of lives done yesterday with conversations where she popped up in boxes. She had her counterparts or her co-parties to pop up and defend her. It's just too much. Long story short, people, it is too much. And the point that I've been trying to prove from inception is when so much tumultuousness and chaos is surrounded by you as a human being, your name, your brand, what does that say about you and the dissension that you cause within the nucleus of a matter? So if you're new to my channel, I am Sister Snap, Miss Snap, whatever you want to call me again as it pertains to Snap, long as we snapping together and we keep it respectful. And as my sisters have said, cutesy and more. I am here to go ahead and just state some evidence that's just is it's undeniable. So yesterday there was what a lot of people have said a going off the rails or a unhinged moment for Haley Comet, and we are going to address it and we're going to unpack it. So let's start with the first rant that I think is important for people to just really listen to and hear, and we'll unpack it together afterwards. Let's take a look.
Call me a fucking scammer, and he sat there and said fuck all. When he knows that I give the money to his cousin, we'll call Anne right because we're not allowed to put out her real name. I haven't published the whole receipts because I wasn't allowed to put a name on social media. And I just said to the legal team then, I'm going to put out the whole receipts. I'll put out the whole receipts because I'll protect myself once because these fuckers aren't protecting me. And they said do it. So I don't give a fuck at this point. Like, everything I've ever done is documented. Every conversation we ever had is documented. Every conversation I've ever had with anyone is documented. Anything I've said online is documented. Just because I haven't brought it to social media because I've been protecting Amika. So I'm always protecting everybody. But no one gives a fuck when you're sat there in her box, fucking all fucking camel toe, no fucking brains. You are there. And she's called me a scammer, and you're a big man. You keep saying, Sir Brian, you're a fucking big man. Where are you being a big man when it comes for justice for Adriana, and you're still saying, I love my mum? Be a fucking big man. Fight for justice for your daughter. Or at least respect the people who are. $8,000 they needed for a second autopsy. What did you pay? Because I paid $6,000 from my community. What did you pay? Sat there with your wad of cash on live last night. Give it back to the people. Give it back to the same people. You want me to keep your name out? Pay back my community then. If you can't appreciate it and you can't say thank you and you can't unmute and say it wasn't a scam, she paid, pay them back. Fucking had enough of these people, these ungrateful fucking people. I'm fine. Yeah, it's mummy, sorry darling. They're not used to me shouting. But I've just had enough. Everyone's fighting for justice. Everyone's moving forward. The justice campaign, Dexter Todd, the legal team, Amicia, Amiga, and you keep setting everyone back. You're a dad. You keep setting them back with, nah, I love my mum and Stefan. Like, and now everyone's done that. Then you keep setting them back because we're all feeling like, what can we do? And you're wadding my gosh, I'm a hustler. What? 6 lives this week and not one mention of Adriana. What? I don't get it. The problem is.
Did we just see that? We just see that erratic, manic behavior, which is totally unwarranted. Because again, as I and so many of my comrades has been stating, that when you are claiming to be a criminologist, a content creator that's basing your content off of cases that you're reporting on, you are supposed to keep an objective standpoint of view. And so that erratic that behavior that we just saw is indicative of someone who, going back to my last episode that you all, for those that are new here, definitely take a listen and look into some of the things we talked about narcissistic traits, characteristics, symptoms, however you want to classify it. That is a person who has a grandiose, so you need energy. You need to be acknowledged. Now, keep in mind what she said while she was having that unhealthy rant is not factual as it pertains to the family saying thank you, because as she's when she gets in these emotions, she forgets the things that she says, especially the lies that she tells, but particularly as it pertains to the family. They did say thank you. They went on the um Fire Feeling show. Amisha, the mother, and the auntie, the person Angie, who she's now called out by her actual government name. Which, boy, my mother used to always have a saying back in the day, or well, not a saying, but she gave a story about the snake. And if you all not familiar with the snake and the traveler, it's a really good little parable to know about when the snake bit the traveler who was traveling the desert. The snake was harmed or hurt or disabled, and the traveler took the snake back to the traveler's home and nursed the snake back to life. And when the snake was well enough, the traveler was passing the snake, and the snake bit the traveler. And the traveler asked, "Why did you bite me?" And the snake simply responded, "I'm a snake." So, with that being stated, this rant was not only uncalled for. This is what happens when you don't have relevancy and you've implanted yourself in things that don't concern you, and you still need to get traction. You still need to find some relevance within the nucleus of a situation. So you create a situation, and by that creation, you then create byproducts of the situation, because now you have all of these other people that are extensions of this nucleus that are having these lives, and they're saying, "Oh, we're team Haley, Haley this and Haley that." And then you have the other side that's, she's meddling too much. This is too much, and to the point, it has nothing to do with justice for Adriana Young. So remember, this is the same woman that stated she wanted justice for Adriana. She's stating it now. But is this justice for Adriana Young by how she's conducting herself? And mind you, we heard her baby was right there. So if you go back and you listen to her clips, those of you that are the devotees and those of you that are on the fence, I would implore you to go back to the clip where she's attacking another TikTok content creator by the name of London Star and her sweet little baby Cherry Ann, because Cherry Ann has picked up traction because she wants to be a Muslim, and that was recorded, and it I don't like to use the term viral, but it went through the ringers. I mean, it just became popular. And since then, Cherry Ann is building her platform, which sharing information and educating children and families about the Islam way of life, etc., etc. This woman, Haley Comet, attacked that London Star and said that she was a bad mother, and she was exposing her children to all kind of things, which I think she was trying to speak that into existence. But that's another conversation. Now, this is a woman that loves to attack people and body shame, because one of her lives, and we'll talk about that another time, because I swear I'm trying to get away from her, but she just does not stop doing things to discuss. Um, she stated that how poor of a mother that person was, London Star, but yet you hear her baby like mommy, and she's apologizing to her child and makes it seem, she said, "Oh, my baby, she's not used to me raising my boys." That's a lie, because the way you conducted yourself was clearly indicative of a person who does this on the regular. And you're always in that kitchen on that live all day every day, it seems like, it appears, and your children are coming into the room asking for your attention, and you're quickly shooing them away because you got to get back to TikTok, because you are being fed by this vehicle, this machine called TikTok, social media. And that has become what's most important to you in your life, even more than your children. And that is Sister Snap saying that. So when you see this and you're going to go and make your little post about people talking about your children, or me talking about your children, I'm not talking about your children. I'm stating how you, as a mother, has very questionable actions and movements that I, as a mother, do not think is beneficial for your children's well-being, their psyche, for their spirit, all of the above. So I did say that. So let's be very clear that I am questioning how you parent your children, and are they getting the right attention that they need, because you are more concerned about being on TikTok and having your life pro and worrying about other people's business than your own. So we just heard that whole rant where she is attacking this man because he is not, so Brian Young, the father of Adriana, because he is not conducting himself the way that she wants him to. Not to mention, she stated, and we want to be very clear as we're talking about these narcissistic traits. She has emphasized, I gave 6,000 of my money, mind you, it wasn't her money. It was, as she claims, 500 pounds of her money was donated to the 6,000 that they claim they gave to the family, and it was really more than that that she received. But that's that. Go back to the last episodes, and we'll, catch up. So, all of these traits that we're analyzing now are traits that continually ask the question: Is was she ever in this to truly help Adriana Young help the case? Or was it really just because she needs attention? She needs to feel as though she is the nucleus and she is the end all be all for these cases that she aligns herself to. That was extremely unprofessional and unwarranted, regardless. Regardless, this is still a grieving family. And regardless, what we as human beings that are on the outside looking in think, our personal subjective opinions, it does not matter or supersede what that family is actually enduring right now, regardless. And it is very irresponsible of people that have a large, massive following and are considered to be influential of others' thoughts and their opinions to conduct themselves in this manner. And I think that all of the actions are just questionable. Now, that was the attack on the father. Now, let's dive down the hole of when she attacked the mother. This is a woman who on her previous post, and you can go and look at her information and find that post. But in her post, she states how she would never, disrespect another mother. She advocates for women as a survivor of domestic violence. These are all things that this woman spews out. The behavior is so erratic and contradictory and hypocritical. So now let's take a look at how she's attacking Adriana Young's mother because she is not receiving what Hayley Comet feels are the accolades that she should get.
But I'm not going to put her in danger by saying anything. So I'm just going to say, yeah, I'm not going to say anything. It's absolutely fine. That's fine. We'll do what we want. Let it happen. Let it happen. Tomorrow everything comes out. Everything. And I'll leave this case with everything on the table. Okay? So tomorrow we'll discuss everything. Everything that I protected and everything that I've done in this case and all the different things. And then I walk away. Okay? Because, yeah. Yeah. Because Amicia keeps saying that the money wasn't for the second autopsy. So you guys need to explain where that went. Because I can show my receipts where I handed it to your family. So you need to now start saying what happened. Because this is ridiculous. Enough is enough. 100% enough is enough. Where did it go? Oh, Fat's got Amicia on the phone to tell loads of shit now, and obviously surprised with Amicia, so he's going to say whatever she wants him to say, right? Let them. I don't even care at this point. All I will say is everything. The story. The story that's changing now. I have proof of everything. Always have. Always have. 500 of my own mother too. I pay 500 UK pounds of my money, which is just short of $1,000. So yeah, we'll walk away and we'll help victims that actually want help. This is what I've got inside a video of what Missy said. I haven't heard the whole thing. We can. Did you get on Angie? Yeah, she did. She did give us it. Oh, she did. Oh, Joshua, never you get it. And did I not say my community donated the money? Did I say it was just my money? No, I said it was the community's money. We raised just over $6,000.
Quick pause. Let's not have short memories, people. We did hear her in that last post say, "Of my money," she said it. Now her innate primary reaction was to say my money because this is the grandioso attitude that she has when it was in actuality her followers money that they all as a collective donated. She corrected herself after she said my money because she had to realize this is what she does so much, like, oh, I'm showing my slip is showing, I'm showing my true colors that it's all about me, it's all about me. So she did correct herself after she said my money, but the fact of the matter is, her primary response was me. So when she says what she's just saying here, that's because she knew that she had to backtrack and know that she corrected herself, but she did initially say her money. I just want us to be very clear about some things, okay? Got a little bit of a delay, people.
So now the story is I didn't give it straight to Amicia. I gave it to Joshua, the lawyer who worked for Dexter Todd, which I did because Amicia doesn't have a bank account and doesn't have, it only has Cash App, which you can only pay a certain amount of time. So instead of again of you, of Amicia coming on live and saying, don't go for her about that, she actually helped us. You're going to protect the woman who's been coming all over your husband. Perfect. Perfect.
I want to have a conversation with you all that are listening, and thank you for joining in because this is a lot of work when you have to continuously try to stay on par with all of the chaos that surrounded around the Adriana Young case. I want you all to really think about something. At the end of the day, that's still a mother that's grieving, that has not gotten justice for her child yet, as well as the father, regardless of what people feel, how people feel they should be acting on social media. However, at the end of the day, those children will, those parents will never have that child back in their arms. And the question that I pose right now, again, I can't say it enough, but to all of you, because in watching the comments, I can't, the comments on TikTok, I'm baffled. Why would you, as a person who claims to want justice for Adriana, and countless times HC has said, "Oh, I love her," which I was thinking about that the other day in the bathroom, and I was like, this is crazy. Let me tell you why I say that. Because as a woman, when you look at me, you look at my features, I look like I could be Adriana Young's auntie, right? I could roll up alongside Amisha for sure with this wide nose and these African lips, and I could say we cousins easily, right? If I, who as a melanated woman who loves children, advocates for those who can't advocate for themselves, as a birth practitioner who advocates for women and new lives coming into this earth, I'm not I'm not manically that invested for a child and would go to the streams and say, "Oh, I love her. I love her." That we need to really unpack the psychology of a person that's saying they love a child that they never met. They love a child that doesn't come from their gene pool per se. And that's not attacking with the race thing because I know how some might get about that. I'm just making a point. Like we have to question the psyche of a person that are saying manic things like that. Oh, I love her. I'm dedicated. I love age. I love her so much. Why do you love a child that you don't know? We all, a lot of us, are truly advocating for Adriana, but we're not saying I love her. We didn't know Adriana. We just know what happened to her, and that so many of us truly are moved by her untimely demise and her horrific demise, so that we have taken up the mantle to try and keep the awareness going. So now you're attacking the mother and you're saying, how, why didn't she come on and she defend me? Why it doesn't have to be about HC people? What does that say about a person mindset and selfishness, that you want a grieving mother of a child whom still has yet to get justice, who they are still in an active fight for justice for that child, to continuously have to come on to life? This woman is being pulled in so many directions, pulled by family members to come on, a live stream and say, hey, say thank you to, like, everything at this point has to be centered around HC and her getting accolades for being a part or being at the nucleus of this. And I was doing some research and I came across this word, histrionic personality disorder. I want you all to do your due diligence. What this word means is, it says dramatic or theatrical. For people with histrionic personality disorder, their self-esteem depends on the approval of others and doesn't come from a true feeling of self-worth. They have an overwhelming desire to be noticed and often behave dramatically or inappropriately to get attention. New word for the day, people. New medical, psychological word for the day: histrionic personality disorder. I would not be surprised if that ever came up on some medical records about HC. And I'm sorry, but we just the gloves are off. We're tired of pussyfooting around about this woman and her manic behaviors. So now we heard her just attack the father, attack the mother, and all about money. Mind you, now this is right now, it's all about money and her accolades that she feels she's not getting, even though the family has already stated thank you. It's like, thank you, keep it moving. Her co her co-collaborators, how I'll put it, yesterday came onto her live and said how the family needs to move on, talking about gratitude, the attitude of gratitude, etc., 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 etc. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, so you are telling the people, the family to move on, but you're not telling your co collaborator that she needs to move the freak on. The family has asked multiple times, leave us the freak alone. Thank you for the money. We didn't ask for it. We did a GoFundMe. You chose to send stuff to your personal account. Whatever the case may have you, what more do you want from us? What the freak do you want from us other than we said thank you? And now because you keep creating content that's stirring up and defaming our family's name, that's charging our characters regardless. We've asked you multiple times to stop. Like what more do you want? So it's interesting the amount of confusion that comes around HC on almost every case that I'm aware of that she's attached herself to. Now, remember, she's like before, it's not about money. She just was there to help. But let's also unpack the last episode that we talked about, which was one of the conversations, or rather one of the points that we talked about, which was the money and her raising the money and her intentions behind raising the money, et cetera, et cetera. And we were like questioning why. And we talked about because the money gets her in the door. So if you're having a rant right now, as of yesterday, about the money and nobody's giving you the accolades and these people are ungrateful, then why did you just make a post the other day saying, hey, family, get at me. I want to raise some more money for you. Now, if that is not, that's an oxymoron, right? People, let's think about it. You are claiming these people are not grateful enough. They're not giving you your accolades. They're not giving you your flowers. Although, like she said, it's evidence, it's proven, it's recorded, it's documented. They did say thank you. Thank you. Now you're offering again to raise more money. So the question of it is you're talking about other people skimming off the top and taking money, but what do you gain to keep asking to raise money for a family? Now, I'll tell you why. Because, like we talked about before, it appears to be the hustle. Because often, so often, you keep getting into these situations and you say, oh, we don't know where the money went. Not just this case and other cases. And for those that are new to the Snap Ministry podcast, we will run this clip back, even though you can go back to the last episode. But I think it's pivotal to bring it up while we're in the essence of this conversation about how this woman and money and mismanagement of money keeps happening. And it's just too ironic to me. Let's listen.
Oh my god. Oh my god. As in 1,000 UK dollars or 1,000. And not that this makes a difference, but it makes a huge difference to how much money it is. Please, no one send any more money. Or contact your bank and say it's fraud as quick as you can. Let me just leave a voice note. I've just been on my live and I've just alerted people to not send money, and loads of my people have already sent him money. Like some have sent him a lot of money. Oh my god, contact your bank straight away. Because I literally last night I thought, okay, like if he's working with the family, you sent 1k US dollars. Oh my god. His name's Jexy Gibbs on Facebook.
So let's get this straight. So let's get this straight. There's a Jexy Gibbs. So she did a fundraiser for this person. And ironically, this Jepsy Gibbs, there's now been mismanagement of money. Sorry about that. I'm trying to learn these darn things. So sorry about that. There's been mismanagement of money on Jexy Gives. And now it's, oh my gosh, and you all, I hope you paid attention. Go back and replay this. I hope you all paid attention to, see, you gotta learn people nonverbal body language, right? It was truly to me indicative of a person that was poor acting. I said it before on my previous post. I'll say it again. It's, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, nobody don't send money. And it always ends in her going to put in a fraud claim to PayPal so she can get the money back. She said that yesterday in the live, and there's a clip about that. I just don't have it because it's so many clips that comes in, and I can only load up so much, and my time is precious. But if need be, I'll provide that clip where she's like, and because, oh well, where did the money go? We gave 6,000. Where did the money go if it wasn't paid for the second autopsy, etc., etc. Again, neither here nor there. Regardless, if you're getting something from the heart, you don't question where it went, how it went, or when it went. You say, okay, light and love, I'm gonna bless you with this. This is something that I'm doing, and that is that. That is that. You don't what they call Native American give. There's another derogatory term that's used for that, but I won't say it. So you don't Native American give. You leave it, you drop it at people's feet, and you're done with it. Now, again, we're circling around this money thing, and how this is always at at the nucleus of how she gets into these family lives, and then she feels that she has an access pass to inflict and to insert her opinion, inflict drama and all kind of things to the point that families say, enough, we don't want to even deal with you. Thank you for the money, but no thank you. Now look at some evidence from before during this time. This is one of her followers who stated that she got us followers to sign a petition. We trusted because she told us who this person was. Well, turned out to be a scammer. She was so rude, and her mods basically saying it's our own fault, and come in her box and said, how dare we complain about signing when big creators have sent gifts? That's one of her followers that was appalled that they were questioning, okay, we keep giving money and this basically keeps happening. We were frauded. So this is again going to be a quick and fast, hopefully short and sweet. So all we're doing is unpacking what happened yesterday, and the question at hand is, what is it with you, HC? Are you becoming this unhinged, this unraveled because you just don't have any more content to report on directly as it pertains to the behind the scenes case now because it's become more private, because they're really seeking to get justice? The attorney, Dexter Todd, is really about his business, and I'm assuming he's probably emphasized or reiterated to the family, don't share information anymore. Stop going on, so stop it, because this needs to be behind closed doors now so we can get results. I'm really starting to wonder, not start to wonder, but I'm wondering, is that really what the problem is? And are we all paying attention again to the characteristics? Now, again, remember now that the nucleus of this conversation is, it always stems around money with Haley and accolades, wanting attention. Let's take a look at one of the lives she did not too long ago. And this was what was happening during this live, and this aids in bringing up the evidence on what her ulterior motives are when she's dealing with all of these cases. And just period on TikTok. It's a term that I've learned about. It's called dry begging. Let's take a look.
I never really asked, but I just thought, oh, it is so heartbreaking. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, the love with FaceTime. Oh, thank you, Jasper. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Bam Bam. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Tracy. No, I can't make something to keep saying thank you. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Anne, so much. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you, News and Noise. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kirsty. We did it. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you, guys, so much. Thank you, Andrew. I thought I'd be a little bit cheeky there. Thank you. I don't normally do it. Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you, Sweet Cheeks. I'm going to vote quick now. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Mel. I adore all of you like so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, earlier when I said I wasn't going on holiday with the girls anymore because I really can't afford to do it. So many of you like put money in PayPal, and I kept saying don't do it. but I just love you. I just feel really emotional about it because I would never. I would never ask anything from you guys like that, and it just you're so lovely. Like honestly, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to have to tell the girls tomorrow morning, like just not at the moment.
I don't know if you all heard the beginning part, but let me see if I can catch that quick beginning part. I want you all to hear the beginning part.
Can we try and get some of these little crowns as well? Not to be rude.
She says, "Can we try and get some of these little crowns? Not to be rude." So she just asks for crowns. Then let's again, people. Let's remember things. Let's use our brains. She has countless times said, "Has she's not on here, she doesn't do this for gifts, etc., etc." But she always has the gifts on. And we just watched a video where she is literally gloating in the, "Oh, thank you." And that's when I make the jokes in the past when you say, "Oh, thank you, thank you." That's me. That's me. This is my impersonation of that. "Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you." These people are throwing money at this woman's feet daily. Daily. Let me say it again. Daily. This woman is going to leave TikTok at the end of the night when she goes to bed and has gained some type of monetary means from being on TikTok. This is a job for her. This is what I call the hustle. While they're in real life, we have to go outside and get it in real life. And that's not jealousy or hatred, because I know some are going to say that. I'm just making the point that this is what the motive is for this woman with these crimes that she attaches herself to, because it is going to keep her live pro, her status quo, for her to continue to monetize off of people's pain. So she just asked for crowns. But let's not forget, on the previous episode I spoke about with her, literally chastising Sabrina and calculating how much a lion, a tiger, and a bear, oh my, was. So this is what we're talking about here with this woman. People, the characteristics of this woman. And we're going to get out of here shortly. But I do also think there's some other pertinent information that needs to be played. And one of those is about the money, the crowdfunding that was raised, something that she said that was contradictory. And I think it's important for you all to take a listen to that who has not seen this yet. So let's take a listen.
Fundraising. Thank you, Anna Donna. Comments in the comments, who were lovely people, said like maybe we could put together some activity boxes, and I said that'd be a lovely idea. I didn't ask no one for nothing. I was going to pay for counselling myself out of my own pocket. So it's just twisting all the time. It's twisting of what's happened. Like if you have me asking for fundraising, play the clips. What the fuck are you talking about? You're full of nonsense. You're full of nonsense. It's very strange behaviour. Thank you, Jasper. Raising money for Adriana's brother and sister. All the money is going to go to them. It's going to go directly to the parents this time, to the mother, because I didn't trust Alana. So I put £500 in. Loads of people have donated already. Can you put it, Danny? My name is Hayley Williams at the TSB Bank. People can also pay in PayPal, and we're going to give it all, hopefully before they go to America, so the kids have got some money. They can do up their bedrooms, they can have some home comforts, they can have counselling if they need it with the money, but it's just to give them a little bit of something. And we can't bring back their sister, but we can make things a little bit easier for them. And I have asked Adriana's mum, and I've got her full permission to do it. And I did say to her, like, I know that it's hard to accept help.
One more time for the people in the back.
I don't ask anyone for any money. I don't mention fundraising. Thank you, Anna Donna. Comments in the comments, who were lovely people, said like maybe we could put together some activity boxes, and I said that'd be a lovely idea. I didn't ask no one for nothing. I was going to pay for counselling myself out of my own pocket. So it's just twisting all the time. It's twisting of what's happened. Like if you have me asking for fundraising, play the clips. What the fuck are you talking about? You're full of nonsense. You're full of nonsense. It's very strange behaviour. Thank you, Jasper. Raising money for Adriana's brother and sister. All the money is going to go to them. It's going to go directly to the parents this time, to the mother, because I didn't trust Alana. So I put £500 in. Loads of people have donated already. Can you put it, Danny? My name is Hayley Williams at the TSB Bank. People can also pay in PayPal, and we're going to give it all, hopefully before they go to America, so the kids have got some money. They can do up their bedrooms, they can have some home comforts, they can have counselling if they need it with the money, but it's just to give them a little bit of something. And we can't bring back their sister, but we can make things a little bit easier for them. And I have asked Adriana's mum, and I've got her full permission to do it. And I did say to her, like, I know that it's hard to accept help.
I just, it's the contradictions, it's the backtracking, it's the misinformation, it's the disinformation, it is the chaos, it is the antagonistic mentality. It is a plethora of things about this woman and how she conducts herself when she's claiming to want justice for families and claiming to be a helpmate in these situations that she keeps attaching herself to. And it always ends in the family asking for her to leave. And it always ends in her erratic behavior. So before we get out of here with that last update on yesterday and all of the commotion and so much more we could have talked about, but I just really wanted to focus on that money aspect of it because the point that I'm raising here today is, can HC honestly say that what she has done thus far, even though to me and so many it's evident it wasn't genuine, but to those that are still on the fence or that's, unbeknownst to her mannerisms and who she truly is at the core of her essence, can you all now, with all of these things that are coming to light, still say that she's a good-hearted person? She's doing things from her heart, and she doesn't want anything but to help. Because to me, to help people means to do it gracefully, sometimes even quietly, and keep it moving. If you've done something for somebody, you should not, I'm not going to say should not. It's stated that the people that truly do it from the goodness of their hearts do not expect for any accolades, any acknowledgement, any return on their investment. You do it and you keep it moving. Now, before we go out of here, I want to read something to you all. And this comes from a woman that says she respects mothers and she would never hate on women, even though she fat shamed one of the young ladies on TikTok, Adele Griffiths, on her live yesterday. And there's recordings. It'll be spread out TikTok and so on. She fat shamed this woman. She called her husband a racist. She called the woman the P word that deals with adult adults that deal with underage children. I mean, this woman yesterday said some vile things that it doesn't matter what the backdrop of it is. As a person who has a good spirit, you don't call people those type of things. You don't accuse their husbands of being racist when you don't set any context with it. But let's read one last thing before we get out of here. Now, this was a message to that she sent to her. I guess it's a mutual friend of theirs. I'm not sure. But this message that I'm about to read, I got to pull it up on my phone because actually, I might not even have to do that. Let me just pull it up on my computer and then I'll read it to you all. Um, that way. So it'll be easier for me to see it because I don't have my glasses on. But for those of you that can see it, you probably already know it says Yo G. First of all, it says Yo G. The identity crisis to me is bananas. It is just bananas. But it says Yo G, hope you're okay. What can you tell me about this cunt? CUNT London Star that keeps going for my kids. I won't say yoy, not you, said I just need to know about her ex. I don't know what that means, but she called this woman a CUNT word. The person's response, which I think was really responsible, says, "Hey Haley, I'll be real. I kind of feel a little disrespected because I would never come and ask you to do such a thing. That's not my type of movement, if that makes sense. I know London Star in real life for a very long time. She's done things when my mom died, I'll always be grateful for. So I would never stoop to that low and tell you information about her for you to then use, you know what I mean. And if I'm your friend, you shouldn't even feel brazen enough to ask me this. I don't really know what's been going on with you in London. And to be honest, I don't want to be involved because I have no issue with any of you. I don't agree with no kids being spoken about. I'm going to speak to her and try and dead this for both of you. Are you willing to have a conversation?" So, my people, that is That was the message that Haley sent to London Stars, mutual friend of theirs the other day. But what person calls on that? That C word is that's where I come from. That's fighting words. Let somebody call me that, especially to my face. Again, I said don't let the turban stuff fool all of you. She's still gully. And those are fighting words, and that's a very low frequency vile thing to call somebody. So again, we're undressing and unpacking the characteristics of AC. So thank you for tuning in. This was just more information to put at you all's feet and for us to have a dialogue and unpack together. And to again pose the question about the money. Because regardless of whatever people think about what the family, how they disperse the money, how the funds were appropriated, et cetera, when you donate to a cause, regardless of the backdrop, the outcome, ones and ones you would think would do it from their hearts. And oh, I almost forgot before we get out of here, she also accused the cousin Alana, whom she got into it with multiple times. We talked about in the last episodes. She accused her of taking, skimming off the top when Alana, and you know what, matter of fact, before we go, I'll play it for you. Alana stated very clearly that if I still have it, Alana stated that it's just true. I know this with the GoFundMe's. They tax the heck of they tax a big percentage with GoFundMe. That's why a lot of times when people say like don't, just cash app it or whatever, because you have to wait a period of time before you can take the money. You can actually cash out the money. And then when you do, they have a fee. So it's not only the taxes, it's a fee that they charge you for utilizing that third party platform. And this is Alana before we get out of here addressing that, since Haley's accusing her.
He said there is an independent team who are out there at the moment doing a full investigation. Josh 100% is part of the legal team. He's a really great guy who works really closely with Dexter Todd. But everything I know so far, though, I did speak to, when I spoke to the legal team, one of the things they said is they were most
from one state, from one country to another, without these people making sure that they have their funds secure. When you're in the United States, it works different. You have to pay before you come. You have to pay before you have your services, right?
But I did contact the lawyer a minute ago, and I just said, there's rumours today that there is going to be an exposure to say where the money went for the second autopsy. Can you confirm once again that's where the money went to? Because if I find out I didn't, then I'm going to go mad. And he's just confirmed once again that's exactly where it went. I don't know what these people are on about.
So we're gonna get out of here, people. It's so much, you all, and it's so much, and it's sad. We're going to try to start to get back to the nucleus of the matter, which is Adriana Young. But that last clip that I showed was just to prove the point when this woman says we pay for the autopsy, the second autopsy in Atlanta. And I know that right now there's debate about that. She is so happy that's keeping the attention off of her, where she's now outed the actual name of the young lady, Angie, who's claiming to be the family member on Mr. Brian's side. So excuse me, now that's going to bring up more conversations that's going to keep HC at the limelight. Although she did once again another post. I'm not even going to play that here because I'm just over it. But you all can check it out on TikTok and other platforms where she's now saying, I just have to back away. And it's the whole the victimization. I'm the victim. I have to back away. It's just too much. And, now she's pointing the fingers, at the commit. But here's the thing, you fall out with everybody. So Alana just proved like, yo, there's taxes on it. The money, the or in the past she's proven the second autopsy had to be paid before the family even got the body to the states, because that's the US staying on business. This is transaction, yo. Before we even accept this body, where the money at? And this whole thing about she was paying for the second autopsy. The question now is, was she hustled by the person Angie? Now she stated Camilla Ruffner, surname Young. So it's just too much. And this is why content creators and people that are claiming to be criminologists or people that should be standing at a neutral standpoint should not engulf themselves or not attach themselves, as especially as it pertains to monetary means. This is too much, and this is a pattern of money being mismanaged on not just this case, but as we heard of the Jetsy case on the clip. It's too much. So people, I hope this helps a little bit further. And yeah, stay tuned because I'm sure there'll be more. This is Sister Snap, Miss Snap, signing off for today. Thank you for joining us here at the Snap Ministry Podcast. Stay tuned for the next episode and stay tuned for our lives. We still is a work in progress. I was hasn't haven't been able to get the number together, but we're just going to maybe just start doing lives here. So stay tuned. We'll see you there.